All right. Welcome back to the Refined Strength podcast. This is the first ever in studio recording here at the new home. So I've never actually done like a guest in person podcast. And I'm joined by my lovely friend and local Dallas native bodybuilder and makeup artist, Mackenzie
Hi, what an honor.
Chesney. I was like, wait,
Honor.
for some reason I like forgot your last name for a second, but thank you so much for coming. I'm super excited to have you. So I wanted to have you because we were conversing the other day about just like makeup and your prep. And I remember when we first met, you had just like pulled out of prep.
Yes.
And it was your first prep, so you still haven't competed yet.
Right.
And you were like kind of bummed, kind of not sure what you wanted to do. And then like you definitely did a lot over the last year. I know you've started a business.
Yes.
And you are in your prep. You're how many weeks out? 6?
7.
7? Because
Yeah,
it's
it'll be
April.
7. It'll be 7 on Saturdays. So yeah. Oh my gosh.
How are you feeling?
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really,
You
really
feel like
good.
you seem surprised that you feel so good.
It is surprising just because, of course, I've never gone through this. And it's the first time that I'm truly experiencing like a full prep. And everyone that I have heard, like you see it on social media, perhaps super hard, like all these things.
It's miserable.
It's miserable. And honestly, I feel really good.
Yeah.
It's been surprising. I also don't have anything to compare it to.
Yeah. True.
As well. I'm used to being on the go and just doing all of the things, all the places, all of the time. So being extra busy is not anything new.
Yeah.
And I love a structured plan. It is easy for my schedule too.
Yeah. What got you into bodybuilding in the first place?
Well, I have always had this fascination for it. I've followed people for a long time. It was something that I wanted to do for the longest time. And growing up and just my family in general, or just other people that I was surrounded by, they always told me like, oh, you shouldn't do it. It's not feminine. Like, you probably can't do it. And I was just listening over and over and over again. And then a few years ago, I went through a divorce, and it was a moment for me to really shine through with who I am.
Yeah.
And it was in that moment that I decided I'm going to go after something that I've really wanted to do.
Yeah. I love that.
A friend of mine, Jenna, she trains at Destination. And I had already been working out. I've been active my whole life. And she was like, come to the gym with me. And I'll never forget being so nervous to walk into that gym. I mean,
were you going to like a commercial gym before that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was going to Texas Family Fitness.
Okay.
I was going to I would go to, I was a cardio
classes and
classes. I was going to like
body pump.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was that girl, 45 minutes on the stairs, 30 minutes on the treadmill, and then I'd go do 2 HIIT classes after. And
yeah. And then you learned the bodybuilding ways.
And fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Fell in love with it.
That's awesome. So when you pulled out of that prep and then you decided to just like build, kind of recalibrate, and I know you hired your coach, Nick Bagley.
Yes.
Shout out to Nick. He's awesome.
Shout out to Nick. He is great.
So you hired Nick, and like the prep has been going really well, but you've started your business during that time. And you're also still mourning just like after a divorce, which I've also been divorced. So I get where you're coming from there. So how is it in your mind that you were like able to just get through all of that and just decide I'm going to start bodybuilding and I'm going to start my business and it's all going to work out?
I didn't have a plan.
Yeah.
No, I just kind of did it. I'd always played it safe my whole life. Just always have. And I'd almost done so much. Like I've almost done so many things. I mean, the list still goes on. And like I said, when I went through that divorce, like I was like, no, I'm actually going to do these things. And when I it was funny. Like my first coach, I signed up with her the day my divorce was final.
Oh, wow.
Like that was, I was
I'm
like,
fucking doing this.
I am
Yeah.
fucking doing this. This is my day. So I officially started then. And it was in that moment that I just really like honed in on myself because I was like, I'm actually going to do this shit.
Yeah.
Fast forward to, and we were together for like a year. So grateful of all the things that like we accomplished over that time. But of course, like I was so hell bent on competing.
Usually people are when they like get started in a way like that, like after a divorce or after like just a big thing in their life happens, they're like, I want to compete. And like the first step in their minds is to actually compete rather than like set yourself up so that you can compete like you're doing, like you did before this prep. Yeah.
Right. And so like, I mean, I was just like so hell bent on, like you said, like I just want to compete. And you know, we went through, my body needed time to kind of like figure stuff out. It was the first time I'd really done that. And we started a prep and I was like, yes. And I was set on a date.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is the show that I'm going to do. And, it didn't happen. And that's okay. And I'm so grateful that it didn't.
Yeah.
Because one, I'm a better athlete now. Two, I wasn't in a place to compete at that time.
Yeah.
Was I sad? Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know if sad's the right word. I was a little disappointed in myself for a second, but I mean, it gave me a chance to really better myself as an athlete and get to where I'm in a great spot to actually feel like I look like I'm going to be
like
pretty
dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can say it. It's okay. Yeah. I think that's so interesting. Like I talk to a lot of my athletes or I'll talk to like consults about this. And like so much of the time someone comes to you as a coach and they really, really want this thing, but they don't, they have the desire and they have the goal, but they don't know how to actually get there. They just know what they think they know. And it's funny as a coach. And I'm like, I know Nick runs into this a lot too. And like, it's cool to see him having like completely shifted your mindset around like competing from when it was there. Like, I just want to get on stage to now like, I want to get on stage when it's right, when I'm ready. And that's a hard thing to do as a coach because so many people just like, they want what they want now and they don't realize their body is not primed for it. So you do have to really like do the due diligence and do your homework and build the foundation, not just with muscle, but with your metabolism and your health, your mental health, your life just being more or less settled. Like I started a prep also the year that my divorce got finalized and it did not go well. Like it sucked for sure. And it didn't end well either. And so I love hearing about that where you're just like, you got to skip a lot of the hardships that a lot of people do have to go through to learn the hard way. And now you're starting off just on the best foot. So tell me more about your business, The Leopard Wears Lashes.
The Leopard Wears Lashes beauty company. My pride and joy, my baby. Man, I've been in the beauty industry for 15 years.
Yeah. Give a little background with that.
Yeah. Okay. So I've always had a love for beauty. I mean, we can go all the way back to when I was a little girl. Like, I remember doing my makeup in my Nana's bathroom, like at her vanity and using all her makeup. And I just had this love for it. And then fast forward, grew up, you know, showing cattle. So I was always in that almost like pageanty kind of realm. I would do hair and makeup not only on myself, but on my other girls.
I thought you were going to say on your cows.
Well, listen, it is like a big, you know what? Showing cattle.
Like just like shining their coats, like maybe some mascara.
Listen, okay, you think we're playing right now? It's literally bodybuilding for steers.
Yeah.
I bet. You wash and dry them. You like put shine.
I've seen that at the fair. The last time I was at the fair, you walk through like the area like before they get shown and you see just like them getting like shampooed and like blow dried
every single day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean I never did mascara on them, but I definitely put bows in Barbie's hair. Like we matched. But went to college. I went to OU and Studied biochemistry and agribusiness, believe it or not. Yeah.
And that's what you got your degree in?
That's what I got my degree in.
Okay.
And then...
Why did you decide to get your degree in that? Did you think that you were going to pursue something in that?
Definitely. So I was supposed to help take over like the family business. We raised show cattle, and my parents were into horses and the agribusiness and everything like that. And that was also an avenue of passion for me. But the beauty industry just came so natural, and it never was work.
Yeah.
It genuinely fueled me. So when I graduated, I mean, during this time I was working at Sephora, I was, doing hair and makeup for the sorority girls. It was just something that I did. I was the girl that you came to when you wanted your hair and makeup done.
Yeah.
Came home, was still working at Sephora, also bartending, and just would do it as a side hustle. And pursued later on really doing freelance stuff. So I would help out on film sets. I would do a lot of bridal, partnered with salons. And I was like, you know what? It's time for me to finally like, this is me. I'm going to own this. And I always had this desire to have my own business. And The Leopard Wears Lashes was the name that I concocted. And I had a business plan, and I'm just going back to almost doing a lot of shit. That was one thing I always almost did.
Start your own business.
Start my own business and go all in on myself. And I hard launched my LLC last year. I wouldn't say that I didn't do anything with it, but it sat there, and it took a lot for me to actually like fill out the paperwork.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I think I was just probably a little scared, a little fearful in a way. But I have a business mentor, and he was like, what's keeping you from doing it?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because you're already doing all the things that you would be doing with the business. You just like aren't doing it for yourself. You're doing it just like for other people here and there and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And in 2024 at Nationals, Pam had reached out to me for one of her athletes, and she was like, hey, Tammy needs hair and makeup. She hated her hair and makeup the last time.
Yeah.
Are you available? I was like, fuck yeah, I am. Like, absolutely. And that was my first athlete. And it was really cool to see both of my worlds collide, like in that moment. And that got me more fired up than anything in the world.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my gosh, this shit's really happening.
Yeah.
Then, back in September, I guess, is when I actually filled out my LLC paperwork and truly started making it my own. And, I had this passion. I was like, one of these days I'm going to be official hair and makeup for these bodybuilding shows. Like that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, far in the future.
Far in the future. Was at Destination. And I'd asked, it was either Brittany or Emily. It was either one of them. But I was like, hey, do you think I could ask Branch something real quick? Like, and they're like, yeah, go talk to him. He's like,
yeah, you don't need permission.
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool. So I walked up to him and I was like, hey, Branch, I know you have some shows coming up in 2026. When you have time, can we talk about that and see if you have, availability or would like to partner with me for official hair and makeup? He's like, yeah, got me on his calendar. And we started talking about October of 2026. And I was excited. I was like, okay, cool. Gives me time to really get some stuff like settled in, because of course you always want things to be like
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave it to Branch Warren, because he calls me later. I'm on a Zoom call with my boss, because I'm also an account executive for a makeup brand. Okay. So
that's like your full-time.
That's my full-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm on a Zoom call with my boss, and Branch Warren's calling me. So I'm like, text him like, hey, I'll call you back in just a minute. And I see this voicemail pop up. And I'm still, Branch, if you watch this, like, you're going to live in my voicemail forever, just so you know. Like, I'm never deleting it.
Branch is totally a listener. Definitely.
He's going to screenshot this.
Yeah.
But he was like, hey, if you want Better Bodies, it's yours. And I was like,
Better Bodies in April.
Better Bodies in April.
The one you're competing
The
in.
one that I'm going to compete in. And I was like, okay, well, first of all, I'm not going to tell Branch Warren no.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he's giving you the opportunity, that's the thing. A lot of people think opportunities just like fall into your lap and that like, oh, I'll just take it when it comes or whatever. Or like, I'll take it when the right one comes. Maybe that's not the right one. But no time does like the right perfect opportunity actually come exactly when you want it. It always either comes way earlier, way later, and sometimes you don't get the opportunity at all because you haven't built up the reputation to actually receive it.
Right.
But you have. So it came.
It came early.
Yeah.
And it brought more opportunities with it, which was really cool. So at first I was super nervous. I told him, I was like, competing that. And he goes, well, that's what you have a team for, right? And I go, yeah, you're fucking right. Like that is why I have a team. So, I mean, that's going to be an insane week because I'm going to be hands off.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm actually going to enjoy that moment. It's going to be my peak week. I'm going to soak in every second of it. I have my own hair and makeup artist. My tan's coming to my room. Like, it's going to be eliminate as much stress on me as possible. And my team is so awesome. They want to see me win just as much as like I want to see the business win as well. And so everyone's really like stepped up. They're like, whatever we can do to make sure that this goes smoothly. Like, we're not going to let you down. And that it made my heart so happy. Yeah. Because those are two of the most important things happening simultaneously on the same day for me. And it still hasn't sank in.
Did you think back when you first got interested in bodybuilding and you first like, you saw your first show, about the glam, like you obviously know how the two could be connected. Did you ever think that you would connect them in this way? Not necessarily like competing on the same day you're also doing your first show with makeup, but like did you ever think that you would start doing show makeup and do it at this level?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Once I saw it like in action and I really saw it in person, I was like, oh, this is me. This is something that is, I'm going to make this happen. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, it's both of my worlds colliding. I mean, I've done film makeup, I've done stage makeup, I've done bridal editorial stuff for different campaigns. And it's literally just that. Yeah. But for bodybuilding.
Yeah. What for you has been something that previously held you back in terms of like starting your business and really like going all in on yourself for that you no longer see as true?
Well,
that's allowing you to like go after it and do it in this way now.
Okay. So I'd always been told like I shouldn't.
Why?
Because it's a liability in a way. Like it's really expensive. It's really hard. You're going to owe all this money in taxes. You are, you need a 401k from a reputable employer. You need that stability. You need those benefits. And
who told you those things?
My family.
Yeah.
And I love them. Like they
just want the best for you. They want you to be safe and all that.
Right. Absolutely. They want me to be safe. They want me to live like I'm done playing safe.
Yeah.
Like I've been playing it safe my whole life. And it's really funny because the minute that I actually follow my gut and follow my passion and do what I feel is calling me, everything feels so much better.
Yeah. You feel like free.
Yeah.
You feel like you can you have even more capability and like more capacity to do the thing.
Absolutely.
Than you had before when you were scared and like trying to play it safe.
Absolutely. Like I definitely felt held back.
Yeah.
From things when I was playing it safe.
Yeah, you hear that, especially if people tell you it all the time. Like if you bring it up and you keep thinking about it and then they tell you that's like, oh no, you probably don't need to do that. Like just stay with your job. You have a great job. You have your dream job. But like your dream job can't be just working for that same company forever. And like as much as obviously people climb a corporate ladder all the time at different companies and different industries, but that's like such a long game that is still ultimately for somebody else, not necessarily just for you, other than just the fact that you have a job.
Right.
Right. And so I had the same thing when I started coaching full time. Is I was working for a property management company, and I was like not doing my dream job at all. I was just
Yeah.
like, I had a job, and like it could have become an even further career. But I told my parents, it was in 2021, that like I'm gonna quit my job. I just gave notice like last week. And they were like, oh, well, what about insurance? Like,
Yeah.
did you look at that yet? Did you research that yet? Do you have insurance? Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I didn't, but like, I definitely didn't.
Yeah, sure.
Insurance is a scam, but like,
It really is.
yeah, it really is. Like, sidebar, I was on the phone with insurance today for my car because I just got in an accident. And it's just like, it's ridiculous how much like they try to like withhold and just make all the money they can off of you
Right.
and not allow you to actually do what you need to
Thank
do. Yeah, it sucks. But anyway, they're like, what about insurance? Like, well, okay, do you have someone looking at your taxes? And it's just like, it's all these things that I find, especially people in that kind of generation, like a little older generation. So our parents are probably similar age, like
Yeah.
you're 30 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be 34 next month.
Yeah. Wow. I'm 33. I just turned 33. Yeah, like that generation is so focused on just playing it safe because they want the salary that they know they're always going to make and the insurance and the benefits because that's what you need to have a family and all the things, but that's not how life needs to be.
Right.
Anyone you work for eventually at some point started that business and you're working for them, making them money and you're making your own money, but now you have the opportunity to be that and look at how far you've come in like a few months.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Wild.
the sky's the limit now because you can do so much more than just what you're doing right now.
Right.
So,
And it's also really cool because, I mean, of course, I love my job. Like, I work for Makeup by Mario, and he's inspiring me as well because, I mean, he started at Sephora, he started as a makeup artist, and now he has this empire and is one of the most iconic makeup artists of our generation. So it's like, it's really kind of cool to, be intertwined in all of these things and be so inspired at that moment. And I mean, and you're right. Like my family still up until probably like a few years ago, they referred to like my career as playing in makeup. And at the end of the day, you're right. I get to play in makeup every single day and I get to make, people feel beautiful and feel so good about themselves.
yeah.
And it doesn't feel like a job for me. It's when I wake up early as shit and have early call times or even late ones. I've done late shoots before too. It doesn't take the life out of me because I'm genuinely
It gives you energy.
It gives me energy.
Instead of taking it away.
Yeah.
Whereas like I found in the corporate side, like that took energy away from me
Mhm.
eventually. Like at first it was like, you're learning new things and you are good at what you do. And so it's fun and you get the validation and everything from the people around you. But eventually it's like, if it's not doing what you truly love, then you're going to feel drained from
Absolutely.
it. And I see that a lot in people who want to get into coaching or who even just like whatever job they have and they want to compete is that their preps are miserable. Their preps are really exhausting. They don't realize it's not just the prep. Sometimes it is. Sometimes your coach sucks. But most of the time, it's because the rest of their life, they're not really free. They're not really doing something that they love. They're just doing something that someone at some point told them, oh, you should do this. You should get into nursing. It's a good job. You should get into, teaching. It's a admirable job or like whatever it is. And maybe they love it, maybe they don't, but you can tell the people that don't love what they do
100%.
because they almost always are more to the side of complaining about what they're doing rather than just like either being neutral or just having joy about it. So, why do you think people limit themselves so much?
Fear. 100%.
Why?
Their fear their fear of failure. It may seem for me looking at it is like I didn't want to not only fail myself, but I didn't want to let anyone else down. So like if you know, so many people, because I'm surrounded by an incredible
Yeah.
support system. Everyone believes in me so much. And they're like, yeah, like, you got this. Like, I'm like, well, what if I fuck up? I'm going to let them down. Like,
Yeah.
and it, so that can have a lot to do with it. But I think that biggest like fear of letting themselves down, or even just that pride of, if this doesn't work out, what's going to happen? But what if it does?
Yeah. It's just as easy to
Yeah.
think that, like, what if it does work out?
Yeah.
Because you can think and go through all of these different scenarios of it not working out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the worst that can happen if, like, the worst happens? Like, what to you is the worst case scenario with, like, the branch show? Better Bodies.
Well, I mean,
On the business side.
on the business
Yeah.
side, I mean, well, one, the worst case scenario is either I sit back and I reevaluate, like, how can we make this better?
Mhm.
What could I have done differently? Or, just, I mean, I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah. When you can't even think about like what would
No.
a worst case scenario be, because it's like you're prepared. I think
Right.
that's like a big part of avoiding failure, or at
Mhm.
least like mitigating any risks, is just like being prepared. Being
100%.
like knowing what the fuck you're doing. Cause like if you don't know what you're doing, if you're just like you just started doing makeup last year and you didn't vet out your team and
Right.
you're not organized with it, you don't have all of your ducks in a row, then yeah, you'll probably fail. But you have all of those. So you're avoiding failure there. Even if it doesn't go perfectly, you still have the, like you said, the ability to learn, the ability to grow from it and figure out, well, what could we do that's different?
Mhm.
And also just, I think a lot of people, when they fear failure, they are afraid of obviously what people will think if they fail.
Yeah.
And they're afraid of, criticism and someone thinking that you oversold them and under delivered. And I think with anything, something that's so undervalued is just like taking responsibility.
Man, yeah.
Like say something messed up, something happens, like you can always come up front and be like, hey, I know that this messed up. I know that this is how I'm going to fix it. And like people respect that so much.
Absolutely.
Like in every industry, no matter what, because people want to know that they can trust you.
Yeah.
Especially if they're going to do business with you again, or if you want to do business with them. So if they can trust you, then there's not a problem. Then you're not going to fail.
Right.
You're just going to get better.
Yeah. And I mean, going back to even like the criticism aspect of it, is I thrive in that. Like, I want to hear feedback. Like, if there's something that, and I mean, this even goes to like my check-ins. Like, I love getting that kind of that feedback, that criticism. What can I do better? Because that makes me better. It allows me to create a better product, a better service for my clients. So, I mean, if you don't like criticism, then that probably is
You
definitely
probably do belong in a safe
That's
job.
what I was gonna say. Like, owning a business
Yeah.
is not for you.
Yeah, because like again, with criticism, it's coming from somewhere.
Mhm.
It's coming from either like you failed or you just didn't deliver as well, and so like you deserve the criticism, or it's coming from a place where like the person giving it just doesn't really understand like what they were even looking for. So when you get it, it's like the choice of, you can either take it in and take it into account, like what you need to do to improve, or you can just let it roll off of you and know that like, well, I think I'm fine,
Right.
So like I'm already doing fine, like I'm just gonna keep going how I want to go.
Absolutely.
So what's a difficult lesson that you've had to learn just in this prep as a business owner and as full-time in your account exec job? What's been the hardest thing to overcome and learn?
Controlling what I can control.
Yeah.
And mitigating stress. I am a perfectionist, and I also am realizing that I cannot be all the things and everything for everyone. And so really prioritizing boundaries and not allowing there to be so much stress and pressure on myself has been my biggest learning moment. I mean, even I'm really honest with Nick.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, I was stressed the fuck out.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we need to figure out how to just chill.
Yeah.
So
manage it.
manage that. And I even just being able to put those boundaries out and just be like, okay, I am going to be done working at 7 o'clock. Like, I'm going to put my laptop away by this point, and then I can start unwinding, and like really making those subtle changes has been so great. Also, just like managing my schedule. I didn't realize, I'd heard like prep brain is real.
Yeah, especially towards this time in prep, for sure.
First of all, if I don't write it down, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Second, that's, if you've seen my stories on Instagram. I've done some silly things these past couple days, but we're not going to get into that. Or we can, I don't care. But it's, just really making sure that I stay as organized as possible so I can accomplish not only check all my boxes and my bodybuilding prep, but also as a business owner, as an account executive, as, I'm not currently a dog mom, but as a dog mom and
relationships, friendships. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Really just prioritizing like self-care and those boundaries has been astronomical.
Well, I find when you set better boundaries with the people in your life, whether it's your coach, your friends, your boss, your coworkers, your team, it's you showing them how you want to be treated. And everybody wants to be treated a certain way. And sometimes, usually I find the people that have the most trouble with someone else setting boundaries around them, it's because they don't have boundaries themselves.
Yeah.
It's because like they're working past 10 p.m. and you're not. So they think that everybody should suffer along with them. Similar to like if, someone who's not a bodybuilder is uncomfortable with how you do your bodybuilding, like you bring your food to a meeting or you bring, you get your steps in or you have to leave because you have to do cardio. It's like if they have a problem with that, it has nothing to do with you, has everything to do with them and them not being able to do it themselves. Not that they want to bodybuild, but they want, everyone wants to feel good, look good.
Yeah.
And if they are not able to do the things that help them get there, like you are, you make it look easy, but that's because you're really organized and it's important to you. So it really, your boundaries will always highlight other people's lack of boundaries. I think that what setting boundaries around those people does is it really shows you who your friends are. It shows you who respects you and your work and in your job. And knowing that can sometimes, or discovering that can be really difficult because it can sometimes end friendships or end relationships or end just like make things kind of give some conflict to stuff. But you're so much better off when you realize that.
Absolutely.
Has there been a period of your prep or like just instance in your life where you found that?
I've had really good luck.
That's good.
Even I was really nervous about traveling I had to go out of town for a week for a national sales conference in New Orleans. And I was a little nervous, of being judged. Because I did. I even had to buy a mini fridge and put it in my hotel room. Yeah. But I brought my food, we had all these outings and I had to make sure that I woke up extra early to make sure that I got to the gym and got my steps in. And I was really nervous about how that would all kind of play out, but they were really supportive.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is awesome. We had like a big family, outing whenever we were there where we went to an Emerald restaurant.
Okay.
And everyone's eating all this like amazing food. And here I am with my meal prep. And everyone's like, Mac, are you okay? Like, is there, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's great. Just describe to me in detail what you're eating. And someone was like ordered tiramisu. And that's my favorite thing in the world. They ordered tiramisu. And I'm just like, describe to me in every detail what you're experiencing right now. And so we kind of made a joke about it. Yeah. And it's kind of cool as well to know that I have inspired them in a way too. They're like, yeah, I got up and I did cardio today, or they'd ask me for, advice, and whether they take it or not, that's on them.
They're still showing interest in what you're doing and showing you respect and like kind of trying it on when people ask for advice, even if they don't take it right away.
Right. As far as like the only thing that I've probably ran into is my family doesn't really understand the lifestyle.
Yeah.
They just don't. They're like, why can't you meet us for breakfast and have, pancakes and eggs? And I'm like, well, because I'm dieting and I'm losing all my body fat.
Yeah. Yeah.
But catch me post-show, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I think with family, it usually just takes a few times, like a few rotations in bodybuilding for them to understand, like, it's not just a phase. She's still her. She's just like, she has these phases where she has to like go through this prep and then she'll be like kind of more or less can do more things. But it's cool. Like I've seen like in the beginning, my family, they're very non-confrontational. So like they never really said anything negative about my bodybuilding, but I've seen it in a lot of like clients and like other people too around me. It's like some people are anti-supportive of bodybuilding because it seems really restrictive or it seems really just like unhealthy in some ways, or they just don't understand why you can't just eat this apple.
Right.
Like,
let me get my food scale out.
It's not on my meal plan. It's not in my macros. Like they don't understand right away, and so they just kind of push it off as something that doesn't make sense. So like, why should you do it? But then over time, like they see you do it and they see how happy it makes you. They see that you are healthy, and then they kind of start to just get with the program and like live with it. Or sometimes you inspire them to like be better themselves.
Yeah. So. I think it was interesting, and I didn't expect this, that at Thanksgiving they were asking more questions. So that was kind of cool. And I've, of course, kind of warned them as well, because I said, I'm going to get real lean. Like, it's going to be, don't worry, I'm okay. Weird. It's going to be weird. So even when they like will see me, they're like, your face is so skinny. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I know. But I said, don't worry, and I explain it to him. I'm like, I have to reverse back. And it's a slow process of losing and gaining and then growing. And being able to explain that to them, I think changed their mindset as well, because they, like you were saying, they saw how passionate I was about it. They see how much I love it. I think the funniest thing when I talk to my granddad, my poppy, like he'll be like, all right, don't go too hard.
More weight.
I'm like, don't lose any more weight. And I'm like, don't worry, I will.
Yeah.
Or he's like, don't go too crazy or don't go too hard in the gym. And I go, oh, don't worry, I'm training with Brandon tomorrow. I'm in my biggest leg day. Then he just laughs it off and he's like, all right, well, make sure you get rest. And I go, yeah, I definitely do that. Yeah, for sure.
How has your prep and just like getting into where you're at as a bodybuilder, how has that changed how you do things in your business and just in your day-to-day life?
Well, I think the biggest thing is really looking at food as fuel. That's like a huge thing for me. And I don't eat necessarily for flavor. My food tastes really good, so I love it. I don't mind eating the same thing every day. I love staying organized. So, bodybuilding, being in prep, like this is where I thrive.
Yeah. The systems.
Yeah, absolutely. I could do the same thing every single day.
It almost makes you like, in my opinion, it kind of locks you in even more to the things that you need to do outside of bodybuilding. Like I'm much more structured when I'm in prep than I am like when I have a little bit more flexibility in the off season. And so I would say like my last prep, that really pushed me because it was my first full year in like my own business, because I'd worked for another company before for coaching, and it really just opened my eyes to like, I gotta be like really dialed in, because it's not just coaching anymore, it's a whole business that I'm running.
Yeah.
And it's now other coaches that like I brought on 2 coaches at the end of my last prep. And so that kind of that showed me how much more I need to be dialed in this last off season. And that helped me so much more just prepare for the prep. So each phase that you go through really prepares you for the next one and the next one. It's not just about, oh, I want to do this, I'm just going to jump right in. It's like, if you prepare better, just like studying for a test or just doing anything that you've never done before, preparing for it, right? Putting into your system, setting the boundaries, it's all a part of having a successful end game.
Yeah. And I mean, speaking of, I haven't even gone through like an actual like full on growing off season.
Yeah.
But I mean, just even that, like my friends are like, oh, right after your show, we're going to be able to go do this and we're going to eat all this. And I'm like, whoa,
no,
just because I'm in off season, I was like, that's me preparing to prep. Just so you know, like that's where everything, you know, that's how what we do in the off season is what's going to make us like
Yeah.
look our best later. So, I mean, just staying in that structure, staying in that routine, and just keeping everything all in line is what I have loved doing
Yeah.
in this prep, because I have been more locked in. I'm more dialed in. I am more focused, and honestly, I'm more driven. I think even, feel I wouldn't even say I feel depleted, but like being in a calorie deficit and like it's made me, it's fueled my fire even
Mhm.
more, just because I'm like, man, I'm doing all of these things during this time.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how far this is going to go.
Yeah. That kind of mindset is so important and it's so undervalued where people think like, oh, I have to put everything on the back burner because I'm in prep.
Yeah.
I have to put, everything off until I'm in prep. I don't go out with friends. I don't do anything other than just like my prep. Or like, I don't start the business. I don't, work harder at my job. I kind of take a step back. That's something like I had as an important thing for myself too. Just my prep that I turned pro. I was like, I'm going to get a raise during this prep. I'm going to make my boss forget that I'm in prep. That was like my secret goal that I made with myself. And I got the raise and he was like, oh yeah, I forgot you're in prep. And it was like, oh, nice. I reached that goal. And like every prep since, I've always trying to set other outside of bodybuilding goals during the prep that I can be working towards, that like, as long as I keep pushing myself to do the things that are necessary to do that, I can get there. But if you tell yourself, oh no, I shouldn't do that because I'm in prep, I shouldn't start this while I'm also in prep, like there's exceptions for sure. But if you tell yourself that something's going to happen or not going to happen, it's probably going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Limiting beliefs are a huge thing.
Yeah. I know I kind of already asked you like why people limit themselves. You said it was out of fear. What's been something that's helped you just overcome your fears? Because I know you limited yourself a lot. I'm sure some of that was due to just like being in a marriage that wasn't for you and just being in an environment that wasn't for you. But talk about more of that, just how you've overcome those fears.
I think, well, one, gaining more independence and just more confidence in myself has been huge. Finding a support system and a community of people that I've surrounded myself in that believe in me so much, and I'm able to, one, be myself, and I can speak about my goals. But not only that, but they help me kind of, I may have this vision, like I had the business plan. I had this idea and I know exactly what I want it to look like, but I may not know exactly how to get there. But having that group of people or people that are there just to help kind of break things down has been huge. And it's given me more confidence in myself. So I think just that big support system and my close knit group of friends has really done so much for me.
Yeah. How do you cultivate that? How have you cultivated that?
Gosh, I would like to say I have a really good, heart of or way of figuring people out or like knowing what their true intentions are. But I had a very, very, very small group of friends that I was literally just stayed within for so long. But then as I got older, I branched out of just that one little group and, got to know so many different people. And really finding those people that align with you has been huge. If it doesn't align with me, I'm going to not be in it.
Yeah, just not give energy to
Yeah,
it.
no, not at all. So I think for me, I used to be a really big people
I was gonna
pleaser.
say, like, where do you fall on the people pleasing spectrum?
I used to be the biggest one, but now not so much anymore because I have been able to set those boundaries. Um, like I said, if it doesn't align with me, I'm just gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, and not feel bad about it.
No, not at all, because my peace is so much more important and so special.
Well, it's like it's the base, it's the foundation of everything you do is your peace, and what you like, how your life flows is all down to like how at peace do you feel. how like safe do you feel in your life right now? And if you have a roof over your head, you have bills that you're paying, you have a job, like everything, you have good people in your life,
Yeah.
then you're going to be at peace. But if you have, if you're not able to do well at your job, if you're afraid to start the business and make more money and build that for yourself, if you don't have if you have the wrong people in your life, if you have people that are sucking energy out of you, if everyone around you is always telling you that you're not good enough, or that like, they're trying to basically bring you down to their level, then you're never going to get past that level. You're always going to be just like treading water, basically.
And I think whenever I finally realized that, because I mean, I know we've all, like, everybody's been in it. Everyone's been surrounded by that. But once they figure out that it's your choice, if you don't want to put that energy towards that and you don't feel good about it and you remove yourself, you're going to feel so much better. Because the second that I started removing things or walking away from anything that didn't align with me or didn't make me feel good, I felt immediately so much better. Like, so many more doors opened. Felt like I could breathe again. I felt like my skin cleared up. Like, I mean, it was almost like I can do anything. But and then you also find that group of people that truly supports you and is like really there for you, and they want to see you win.
Yeah. They're not just out for themselves. They're not out. They're not thinking about how you make them feel about themselves in a negative way. They're thinking like, well, this is a great person. I like having her in my life. She's cool. She's hardworking. It's good energy to be around her. So I'm going to keep supporting her.
Right.
And she supports me. So it's a win-win.
And it kind of is really cool because when I was, vetting out my team and finding artists, and which is still so crazy to say that
You have a team.
I have a team. But, I told them, lined up, say, hey, these are the 4 shows that we are, official hair and makeup for. Let me know if you can make them. But here's the kicker. The first one, I'm hands off. So don't embarrass me in public, but don't mess it up. Just kidding. No, they won't. But I let them know, I'm like, hey, it's going to be early.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to
It's not your average makeup job where you just like get in, you do a couple bridesmaids and you're good.
You're good. No, it's a early morning. We're going to be starting at like 3:30. Like, you need to be there, set up, I'll have this. You don't have to worry about client bookings. I bring all that to you, but just bring yourself, your makeup, and your best attitude and the artistry to knock it out. Then whenever I, made my post looking for my team, I had, people like Diaz, like, she reached out and she was like, hey girl, do you need like a stage mom back there? And I was like, yeah, girl, I need you to keep those chickens in check back there.
Love that.
And she was like, I want to see you win. And just all the people showing up for me, knowing how big these 2 moments are, it made my heart so happy. And I get chills kind of thinking about it. It's just, my artists and my friends and, everyone around me.
Yeah.
Like,
it makes you want to keep doing that good work and keep putting that good energy out there. We talked about before, it doesn't drain you like something else might. It gives you energy and it helps you just like want to do better work.
Yeah.
For both yourself on the competitive side and as a business owner.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What would be advice you would give to competitors when it comes to makeup?
Hire hair and makeup. Don't try to do it. Don't do it yourself. It's different. It is different. I'm a professional makeup artist and I'm not even doing my own. Well, one, I put a lot of pressure on myself. Could you imagine if I had like wonky eyeliner on my first show? Absolutely not. Or if your foundation doesn't match or it's not going to wear right, or you don't use the right products and your makeup ends up separating, you don't want to put that pressure on yourself. So let the professionals do it.
Yeah.
We do it on a daily
basis. And it's like,
basis.
you do so much for a show to like get ready for a show. Why would you try to save like couple $100 just on makeup and doing it yourself? Because you're still gonna have to buy all the things. That's what I always tell people when they ask, like clients, if they ask if they can do their own makeup or they talk about it. I'm like, the only time I let people do that or approve that is if they've done many shows before, having their makeup professionally done, and they have to show me their trials.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 trials well before the show, so that if I can't approve it, you got to hire someone.
100%.
Like, you're not getting up there like that.
Yeah.
And I've definitely had that happen where I'm just like, girl, you're not getting it.
Right.
You have to hire someone.
Hire somebody for sure. And I mean, if you, and we talked about this, it's something that I do offer. Like, if you are hell bent on doing your own makeup because you don't want to, getting your makeup done, yes, it's early. You're still going to have to wake up early regardless.
Yeah.
So you might as well book with the official hair and makeup, or hire somebody to come to your room and do it. But also, if you're familiar with doing makeup, you can also get things like classes. I do offer that. I've offered it to many clients before. Pam has traveled to shows. I've had a couple other athletes that just travel, and they're like, "We want to take you with us," and I'm like, "Damn it, next year or this year, I'd be available." But even just having that moment to where you can understand the true difference of stage makeup, because getting under those bright lights,
it's such a different makeup look than anybody will ever wear.
Right. It is not a day-to-day makeup.
Yeah. Like, someone might see your makeup right now and be like, oh my God, it looks so good. And they want to recreate that look for the stage. But like, it would be a completely different look.
It'd be washed out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be washed out because, I mean, it's you essentially drag. I mean, you need to put on some extra contour. Let's bronze it up. You're going to think your foundation is too dark, but I promise you it's not.
Yeah. And it's scary. Like, I've done my own makeup for pretty much every show since I went pro. And like, some looks were fine and some looks were not fine. And like, every time you're doing it, it's like, oh, wow. I don't know how this is going to look. Like, fuck, I'm running out of time. And you just have to make it work. And like, problem solving, there's definitely ways that you can do that, but like, you only have what you have. And so that's the risk you run when you don't really know what you're doing. And it's just like, you might look like shit. You might like really hate the stage shots. You might really not be like, have the look, and like, the looks matters so much for judges, that they're not judging you on your contour or your makeup, but like, if they feel like you look off, they're gonna look at the girl that looks on. They're going to look for the girl that looks like just better put together. They might not even know why. But like, if your face is like glowing white when everyone else is looking correct, they're going to know like, oh yeah, I like that girl better, And
then also your confidence is going to shine through. Because if you hate your makeup, you are not going to feel 100 on stage.
Definitely not.
I have heard that from many of my athletes. I had a young lady, she competed in a show, I want to say it was Battle of Texas a couple years ago. And then before her national show, that's when she brought me on, she was like, I hated my makeup.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, I hated my makeup at Battle of Texas, or I hated my makeup at this last show, and I just didn't feel good. And I had a young lady, she told me the same thing. I actually ended up fixing her makeup for Heart of Texas in the lobby, because she hated it. And so I did her makeup the next time, and she was like, I felt like myself.
Yeah.
She's like, I felt good. So whenever you feel good, you're going to perform better, and you're going to get up there, and that's one less thing for you to worry about.
Yeah, exactly.
Just be put together. So like, you've put in all of this work, so why try to cut corners at the end of the day?
Yeah. Like, there's some times where you can cut corners a little bit in bodybuilding. Like, you can buy the Amazon shoes instead of Shoe Fairy. You can do, you can maybe do your own hair because you're a little bit more comfortable with that, and then have your makeup done and save a little bit on that money. But like, skimping out on like suit crystallization or makeup, it's just, or tan, trying to go with a different tanner than is the show tanner, it's almost always a bad idea. And you're going to regret it. And you're going to be like, I spent 20 plus weeks just in prep, not to mention my off season, just to like try to save that couple $100. It's like, it's just not worth it. In my opinion, like, you should know this is an expensive sport.
Absolutely.
It's not, people get into bodybuilding so often and they just don't think about that. They don't know how expensive it is. And they think that they almost feel like they should be paid to do it. Or they think that like, once I get here, then I'll be paid to do it. It's like, 1% of pros actually get paid to
Yeah.
compete. And like, they're not getting paid that much unless you're literally Mr. Olympia. That's it. But like, not life-changing money. Well, what, if any, advice you would give to now a business owner who is going through a prep and that it's their first prep as a business owner, trying to make it all happen?
Give yourself realistic goals. And also don't be afraid to shoot for the stars, because you never know what opportunities are going to arise. I mean, like I said, I was looking at October, and I'm now doing April, May, June, August, and then a couple more in the works too. So like,
and more
that's
will
really
come
cool.
up.
Absolutely.
More will come up for
Absolutely.
sure.
So don't limit yourself. The sky is the limit. Just because you're in prep doesn't mean everything else has to stop. It's like that thing. Like, if you keep putting things off and putting things off, like
they're always going to be off.
They're
You're
always
never
going
going
to
to
be
get there.
off.
They're not going to come to you and say like, hey, let's do this. Like, you have to go after it and get it. And I think I see a lot of people who are like athletes and they want to be a coach and they want to start coaching. And that's something that I run into a lot more. And it's like they keep waiting. They wait until like this job starts, or they wait until this, like they do this show, and then like, oh, when I'm done prepping, then I'll like start back and like start trying to get more clients, stuff like that. Like, life is always gonna life. Life is always gonna be stressful. There's always gonna be things that are running in the background. And if you keep limiting yourself on what you think you can do, then you'll continue just not doing those things.
There's only so many times that you can tell yourself like, I can't do this, or maybe I should wait, or until you start believing it. And it's just really show up for yourself.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, if you believe in yourself enough, like, I promise you, at the end of the day, like, the worst thing that can happen is when you start over and rebuild.
You fail and you learn from the failure. Whereas like a lot of people I think that have really early on success in something, they don't learn enough. And so they fall harder when they do fall later on, because they won so much early on that then like they didn't learn enough like how to sustain it. Like, they scaled their business way too fast without really setting up systems, right? They went into something and thought that it would be a lot bigger than it is, and it's like, it doesn't get that far, right? Whatever it is, they win, and then later on it's like they don't know what to do with the win. So if you fail early on or somewhere along the line, you can learn from it and get back up and have the resilience to do that, then you're so much more better off. And
100%.
you can actually have that resilience in order to keep going and build what you want.
100%. And I think too, everything doesn't have to be perfect from the jump. Like, of course, like, what I want, like, a branded out, car, and like all, you know what I mean? Like, everything doesn't have to be perfect right off. I mean, it's okay to start small. It comes with time. I mean, I just got my first like branded little t-shirt. So now I'm like, I'm gonna get them for my team. Like, it's gonna be so cute. And I mean, shit. Even when I figured out we're doing Better Bodies, I called my business mentor and was like, fuck, I need a website. Like, I need a booking system, and I do not know how to do this. And he's like, cool, that's what I'm here for. I'm going to help you figure it out. And he was like, I told Branch I'd get it to him by Friday.
And it was like Monday? Or when was it?
Yeah, it was like Monday. Yeah, it was like Monday. But you know what? I'm the yes girl. When
you're going to say yes and then figure it out later.
100%. 100%. Just don't let prep like get in the way of anything. Like, it's like you said, life is gonna life. So why don't waste the best you're ever gonna look on what ifs, okay?
On what ifs, on stress, on all of it. Yeah, I agree. I think what you said about just like being easy on yourself and like not being afraid to start small. Anyone who's looking at, say you have like a role model within business or at like bodybuilding or anything, whatever you're seeing, say you're looking at a pro or you're looking at another business owner who has a bigger business than you or who has more clients, who has more transformations, whatever it is, like, they made it there somehow. they definitely, if you were to talk to them and they were to really be real with you, they definitely failed along the way. And they definitely had little things that went wrong. They probably lost money. People they're not able to get everything perfect the first time. It's just, that is never a thing. And so if you're judging yourself based off of an unrealistic and just unreal version of reality of like your role model and what they're doing, then you're going to be chasing something that doesn't exist, chasing a standard that doesn't exist.
Absolutely.
Just because you're afraid of not measuring up to that other person. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I'm super excited to see you at shows. If I have clients that are going to do your shows, I'm definitely going to send them your way. So same thing, if you are a coach listening to this, if you're an athlete listening to this, if you're going to be competing in Texas this year, make sure to check out The Leopard Wears Lashes and see if she's going to be at your show so you can book her. Or if you have other, like you still do like special events and stuff like that. So anything like that you need, or classes as well.
Absolutely. And even if we're not the official hair and makeup for whatever show you're doing, we do one travel. Like I'm going to be at Texas State and everything like that. So we will have like a glam suite and everything that you can still book with us at whatever show. So just reach out.
Awesome. Well, I will have all of Mackenzie's information down in the show notes. So you can also follow her journey as well, because she is going to light up that Better Body stage this in 7 weeks. So thank you so much for coming on again. And I will thank you guys for listening.
That was